My name is Bhante Samitha. I am the head monk of this Buddhist center, Lechwa Dhammanikethanaya. I also participate as a chaplain for doing some Buddhist services, activities, not only to Buddhists, those who are interested about way of life.
I'm Padma, and I work in this Buddhist organization as a project manager.
Death is not the end of life according to us. We have a cycle of birth and death cycle. When the mind can't really manage with the body due to different reasons, so the mind is about to leave that body and get into another new beginning. Sometimes we carry some object, small Buddha statue like that. The person can hold on to it. Sometimes we have blessing threads made from the thread, and we tie that thread on the right hand so that the person can connect into the faith and hold on to blessings. When the person have a blessing thread, we try to either put a Buddha statue or a Buddhist scripture, Buddhist book on the hand, so that the person can get the connection to the faith and thereby develop the confidence in the mind to face into the nature and to get the right transitions. We also facilitate some chanting as a typical practice in Buddhist, or even someone who interested about Buddhism. Chanting, listening to the chanting makes the mind calmer and peaceful. Not only into the person, I have been with the people in the hospital and hospice. When we come out of the room, even the staff and other patients say to us, "That's very calming, that's very nice. We were listening to the chanting, and that made the environment so peaceful." Very important in Buddhist teaching is attachments. Like sometimes we are attached to our people, attached to our properties, attached to our things. That can create a little bit of a suffering or distress or unsatisfactoriness. So the Buddhism is to alleviate the suffering. Buddhism believes that suffering origins from the attachments. Karma here means every action has a reaction. Even in Buddhism, it goes a little bit advanced. It says every action has multiple reactions, not only one reaction. For example, if we put a seed of rice, we don't get one seed of rice back. We get hundreds of seeds of rice back. If we kill one person, we don't get killed once. We can be killed for many times, hundreds times, because action may be one, but the reaction may be multiplied. In the morning period, it's hard for the family to be around, not showing emotions, but we try to make them feel more strong, to make them feel not too much crying, because that sadness can kind of misguide the spirit that is traveling from the life. If that person thought that is really a big miss, that is a time that person is try to leave and get into a different new home. Therefore, we try to not hide or suppress our emotions, but to be mindful of our nature. And we continue to really appreciate with emotionally how much the person means and things like that.
We have to keep our very respectfully. We have to handle the body, yeah, and very gentle, like the person is alive. The way the Buddhist people, we keep the hands like X here, like this. There's a meaning as well. It's a blessing. and the toes as well, we have to tie together because they are lying in the bed. Yeah, because to keep the body straight and the calm appearance to see anybody and to give the due respect for them.
We try to cover the body from a white cloth. White represent the purity and the clarity of mind, because we believe by that time the mind or spirit, whatever we call, has come out of the body, is still watching or looking around. So the person is observing. So when the death takes place, it is the time that body and mind get separated, and it is the body actually dies, the mind or the spirit remains. According to the Buddhist teachings, is a transition, what we call cause and effect theory. If I say an example, there was a little girl, she was very sad because her grandmother passed away. She went to the monks and said, my grandmother passed away. So the monk also even felt sad about the little girl, took the little girl outside and showed her the clouds. And monk said, can you see the clouds? The girl said, yes, I can see. What will happen to the clouds? Clouds will turn into the rain. Then what will happen to the rain? Rain will fill the reservoirs, rivers, and give the water to the plants. And then trees and plants will grow and make some flowers and fruits. And then the water will be evaporate back and then create again clouds. So this is a cycle as in the life that can turn. Then the monks ask, where can you see the clouds now? When you see the flowers, you can see the cloud. When you see the trees, you can see the cloud. When you see the reservoirs, you can see the clouds. Because the death is a moment that can give a new way of life, new different form of beginning. On the seventh day, according to the Buddhist tradition, we normally have a special blessing. On the third month, we have a special blessing. First year, we have a special blessing. And on like annually, we have remembrance. Like even the birth, in the olden scriptures, even Ayurveda text says that for a baby to be conceived, it takes about 7 days. So likewise, with the point of death, the seventh day in that period is very important time for the transition. Some immediately go into a different life, and some stay a little while in the space or a transition period, searching for an appropriate place. I think outside the Buddhist community in general, because Buddhism is a way of life, it doesn't really for certain people, there is no boundaries for that. Anyone who is interested to have a better life, happy life, peaceful life, the Buddhist teachings are very open without any obligation to anything. So therefore, death is a universal concept. In the common world, there are two extremes. Either people try to go into the luxury or more comfort, or some people try to go through hardships and give more, inflicting more pain and suffering to get into a better place. That middle path, central path, is the main teaching of Buddhism. That middle path is called Noble Eightfold Path. It has 8 practices. The first one is right view, so that you have view is clearer, is more balanced. Then right thinking started to generate. And then right speech, you are communicating with the right words. Right actions, then your body, your mind started to engage yourself in the right actions. Then right livelihood, Right livelihood means we all do something for living. There are things that are not like selling alcohol, drugs, and things like that. Then right effort. We have to develop the right effort. Then right concentration. Getting a good level of mental concentration is very important. And the final one is right mindfulness. We have to develop in our life alertness, clarity, and heart of compassion. That's called mindfulness practice. They are very powerful meditations at the time of death that gives confidence, protection, and certainly taking the soul or a spirit into the blessed state of next existence. Therefore, Buddhist people really practice some meditation by that time is very powerful. If someone can die peacefully, is the best thing.